10 greatest novels ever written. 10 greatest novels ever written. From the Iliad, Beliefs and Shakespearean literature in the West to Chinese classic poetry. The Indian Romania and Middle East epic of Gilgamesh. Classical poetry is a foundation of literature in every cultural history. Historically today, if you can understand, appreciate and read and sophisticated classical poem, certainly you can do for sophisticated essay or novel. In that, or actually half of the books on this video are about the poetry. The classical poem is a highly considered and powerful nexus of idea and languages. Thus, by grasping this in foundation of literature and classical poetry, we can necessarily command other literacy grants and its case and determine the 10 greatest novel ever written. This is what I intend to do here. I do not mean novel in the script sense, but rather something closer what today are sometimes called class novel, or books are one might be given to read in middle school, high school, to an lesser extent college. The reason is that majority of the people only read great novel when forced to do so. They are teachers. College. The books on this list of video you should force to read. I don't mean novel is the strict sense, but rather something closer to what today are sometimes called the class novels, or books that one might be given to read the middle school, high school and college. The reason that majority of the people read only great novel when forced by her teacher, her guardian, and so on. Of course, within this framework, there is a plenty of room of disagreement. Please feel free. Please feel free to your picks this video. Number 10. War and Peace, written by Leo Tolstoy. Number 10, War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy, 1828 to 1910. Tolstoy's historical fiction novels follow the handful of the underclass Russian families during the era of the Napoleon Bonaparte. That France conquer who might be compared to great Washington or less affectionately to the Adolf Hitler. Tolstoy accurately portrayed an historical event of the Neolithic era in Russia, 1805 to 1820, and gives us the characters who are deep and complex. It's very important word, deep and complex. His genius comes in where to he show how to individual very real is a connected with the sweeping force of history. For example, in the first world of the books, an aristocratic woman close to the empress to Russian speaks to another aristocrat just arriving at her city. And number nine, the Great Expectation by Charles Dickens. Great Expectation is written by Charles Dickens. Was born 1812 and died in 1870. Charles Dickens' Great Expectations follow the coming of age story of an orphaned boy named Pip, who began as a blacksmith, appreciated by series, become the wealthy gentleman through the mysterious circumstances. Dickens weaves at a tale that successfully establishes both humorous children's and freely and real world drama. For example, Fifth Miserable Child playing to order way through the troublesome and daring seating and abusive parents, but he also comes to life painstakingly through his imagination. Next one is number 8. The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas. The Count of the Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas. Alexander Dumas was born in 1802. Was died in 1870. Dumas' pace turning saga, following the life and Edmond Dantès has goes from young man with his bright future ahead of him, a beautiful face, a new promotion, a pocket full of money, and two hopeless prisoners victimized by 3 jailers and convincing men. While in prison, Dance acquired knowledge of an enormous treasure hidden on the small land of the Monte Cristo. Here, then escapes find the treasure and revealed him as a Count of Monte Cristo in order to carefully or sensed from Black's plan of Bengas. The great beauty of Dumas' writing is not the Raven's plot itself, but it's seating a refined French culture, the ballad, the opera, the beautiful art, the poetry, the gentlemanly behavior, a common feather, and the undercurrent of a profound spiritually. For example, dramas narrations preach about the imprison of demons. Number seven, the Odyssey by Homer. Odyssey is written by Homer, Kia 8th century BC. Homer, epic poem, tells of the Trojan War, Bartem Odyssey, also known as Ilias, trying to get home and reclaim his pledge from suitors to have their sight on marrying his beautiful wife. Penelope, standing in his seafaring way, are Cyclopes, giant sea monsters and secrets, and sea nymphs, and Syrians up into 16 loads, fruits, ghosts in hell heats, and sea goats and produce himself. Yet these are just an external pose. His own internal issues are perhaps even greater: pride, paranoia, hunger, lust, and sleeplessness. Inward, the Odyssey is an unlimited adventure. Number 6, Pride and Prejudice. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Jane Austen was born 1775 and died in 1817. He is another excellent novel. Austen Quantiers' comedy of manner follow the Bennet family and its 5 daughters, who face gloomy process of life in favor and marriage. The pattern are not scratched. The story began with 2 potential worldly suitors and maternal destiny, including the prideful, as well as talks, drag, and handsome Mr. Darcy, and his ego must face the prejudice, the sharp-written and beautiful eyes, and Elizabeth Bennet, the saint of eldest daughter. Austen's genius is in her ability to bring to life characters who strike a difficult balance between being and conclusive, prudent, and proper on to the one hand, and charming. Next one, number 5, Robinson Crusoe, Daniel Defoe. Robinson Crusoe is the greatest novel forever, I think. If Homer's Odyssey is the unlimited adventure, as I have called it, then Daniel Defoe's Robinson Crusoe is the most exciting adventure. The novel standard on distressed island port has been so influential that it created an entire genre that includes the classic in 1812 children's story, Swiss Family, and Robinson. In 1960s, TV show Galleon's Island, and now Super Bio reality TV show that is still being made today. Number four, the Iliad by Homer, clear 18th century BC. The Iliad is another excellent creation by Homer. For any civilization in human history, human society, there is no escaping war, believe or not. In an age when nuclear weapons have prohibited any conflict between major world power, and where seems the distance. But we must remember that for millennia people could not escape it, and in fact desire it. As the America World War II General George Patton said, the munificent compared to war, all other form of human endeavor sank into the significance. God help me, I do love it so. Really, of war is a brought of life in all its swirling effect and magical glory, like nowhere else as in Homer Iliad. So everyone should read the greatest novel of the Iliad written by Homer. Next one is Hamlet, written by William Shakespeare. Number 3, Hamlet, written by William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare is world leading and immortal and greatest writer forever. The nation controlled by your worst enemy is against you, and your own mother, who is all family you have left in the world, also seems to plot against you, even really its which is the supposed to be distinct from ghost and imaginary foes seems unreal and threatening of your life and possibility host you saying to every return. This is the position of which pencil Hamlet find himself when you return home and Denmark from college in Germany. Next one is number 2, Journey to West by Wu Chang. Journey to West by Wu Chang. Up to this point in your journey through the great literature, if the story has had an ordinary sort of focus that you form the plot of the story, it's a really excellent novel forever. I think that like that. The next one is number 1, Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, 4th century, another unknown, author unknown or unknown writer. There are certain part of our collective cultural consciousness that you can't escape and do not seem to want to escape. In literary realm and chief among of these king artons from fragment of the Denmark is poetry, a merit of books, poems and opera, TV shows and movies. The influence of king author is inkeepable. The another literacy icon like musical D. Cavidia and Sir William Scott's is also their lyric and medieval romance of which and Arthurian tales are greatest.